In the beginning of 1938, the gloves have come off in the domestic policies of the German Empire. Bavaria is in open rebellion, and von Schleicher's party has created a plan that would allow us to run a Reichsexekution, to effectively tell the Bavarians to, and if I can find it, it's somewhere here, no, it's further up, to tell the Bavarians to shut it and to make the enabling act pretty much constitutional. In order for that to happen, however, while Bavaria is trying to nullify our government and our policies, we need 32 votes in the parliament. So you can't just run a coup and get rid of everything, but we'll have to still work within the system in order to create a better Germany, a more streamlined Germany with less interference, while we have bigger and more important things to do, like defending ourselves against the French and the Russians potentially, and the British, and who knows how Italy is going to turn out. So we're going to need 32 votes. We right now have 18, and the Kingdom of Württemberg is up for grabs. They are worth, I think it said, 4 votes. So the Kingdom of Württemberg is relatively liberal, and as such, may be swayed by if Bavaria's complaints appear too outrageous or unjustified. So we can either focus on unreasonable Bavarian demands, which kind of sounds like what's in here. Focusing on how we will forge a stronger empire does not sound particularly promising. The thing is, if we reach out ourselves, given that they are very progressive, it doesn't necessarily sound like they would be in favor of von Schleicher himself. So alternatively, we could send Stegerwald. And if I remember correctly, Stegerwald is on the Zentrum. He was the one who came in as the candidate when the Zentrum was having problems. So he's sort of a conservative trade unionist sort of thing, which, as far as I remember, he was he the compromise candidate? But he sounds like somebody we could send instead. He's probably still not as progressive as anybody else that they would easily listen to. But he's probably a little bit more more acceptable or palatable than if we were going ourselves and just effectively having a whinge about the Bavarians and them being unreasonable. Or we just can give up on Württemberg. But I think I'm going to try as much as I can to get countries on my side early on, so I don't have to because I don't know how much RNG is in these, so I don't have to necessarily absolutely get countries later on. So I'm going to try early on as much as possible to see if we can get them. And I think I'm going to send Stegerwald, just because this sounds like these people are not particularly disposed to listening to von Schleicher himself. So let's send him out. And Württemberg submits. Okay, after negotiations and government pressure, we have managed to bend the delegates of the Kingdom of Württemberg in the Bundesrat, and they will now dedicate all of their votes to a Reichsexekution on the Bavarian rebels. Good. Okay, so we are now at 22 votes. The Bavarians are at 6. And we will see how that goes up. We've got 30 days until the next Black Monday decision. How is it looking in Ireland? We are still 40 points ahead of the British, so we'll just have to keep an eye on it. One item that, and I think we actually have an ace pilot. Someone's been promoted. I think I've seen the event up here. Yeah, there it is. Now, I'm not gonna go through all of these because they really are minor events, but Robert Meyer, a skilled pilot, has distinguished himself in not only returning alive, but piloting his Bf-109 with immense skill. He was on a mission over Italy and was instrumental to the success of this critical encounter. So he's been promoted, and that means that the first Jagdgeschwader now has an actual ace, and there he is. There he is, Robert Söndl-Meyer. And that gives us a fair amount of bonuses really here. So he's on the He's in his BF 109. We're talking about Italy. Someone pointed out that the Papal States are actually a separate country. So I could send volunteers to the Papal States. So I could actually send a second division out there, and it looks like the Pope's troops have managed a naval invasion in the north. Now that's fascinating. So I'm not even sure we're going to need that, but I think it might be an interesting. What kind of terrain do we have in Italy? Not particularly favorable to armored forces, but we might be able to just push towards Livorno along the coastline with. I'll send a tank division in because we haven't used these in a while, and probably the 2 mountain divisions. So let's take these. Quickly create a new group, and that will be the Papal Expeditionary Force. There we go. And we will assign. Who can we assign? Yeah, von Kluge doesn't have anything else to do, so we might as well send him. Yeah, let's bring in von Kluge. And we can bring in a second air wing down as well, potentially. So send volunteers, including air volunteers. Oh, we can only send 3 divisions because we've already got so many divisions out in the field. So that means that group needs to ditch one of his. Where were they? I'm gonna put them here for now. Needs to ditch one, so we'll bring 2 tank divisions and a mountain division. And that should work. So let's bring them over and send volunteers, including air volunteers, because it gives us a second air wing if they are large enough to make that happen. And just making sure I selected the right one. Yes. So we'll send these to Italy. We do have, and there is already an attack running here. So I think we might be. We might be able to even break through here, but it looks like they've pulled back some of their troops towards dealing with the naval incursion in the north. So there might be an opportunity here to join this assault and see if we can take the port and then push towards Livorno just while we are already engaged. And I will see what that looks like. They are relatively well dug in there, especially the... okay, Rome's allowing that, and I think the assault has ended, but alternatively, we can try to make a breakthrough in the north here. These divisions are... there's some Frenchmen, there's a lot of Frenchmen here actually. They're relatively exhausted, but I'm gonna try another assault here and see if we can manage to push through. I think we can break them, especially that we have an ace in the skies now, and we are starting to have a fighter superiority quite a bit. Okay, the volunteers from Central Asia have returned. Yeah, there's just not an awful lot that we're going to be able to do for these guys because Russia is just plowing through that. But how is it looking here? We're holding Belgrade. And that means the where is it? Serbian-Bulgarian war. That means Serbia is suddenly 78% towards capitulation. Yes. And given that we have absolutely no opposition here, I am going to start pushing back south, which leaves the division here in Belgrade relatively free to push further south as well. So let's see if we can consolidate the lines a little bit and maybe force a capitulation if we take Kraljevo here, while we are wiping out the Romanian and Serbian divisions here. Although I'm still not sure why they're not encircled. Maybe they have a way to retreat and that I just don't see. But if we can kick Serbia out of the war, that would be the first movement here in a long time. So back over in the US, we are just defending. We're sending one division back towards the port here, trying to hold, because I would really like to hold that port. And then we'll see if we can destroy a couple more. But there's a major breakthrough near Nashville, where the syndicalists are pushing south, and I think they've crossed the river lines here, pushing south and threatening positions quite significantly. So I might redeploy from the east here and try and see if I can do something here near Birmingham, but I think I'll be too late if I get there. Yeah, I'm not sure if we can defeat the syndicalists. I'm just trying to inflict as much damage on them as possible, and then if we need to retreat, then we will retreat and leave the Americans to their own devices, really, here. It would be a sore blow to have the Americans as syndicalists, but so you win some, you lose some. Anyway, these 4 divisions are back. That was the Alash Order, and I'll put them back into the First Army. There we go. Sicilian volunteers, do I actually have? Yes, von Rundstedt's available now, so we'll assign him to Sicily, and we will see if we can manage to breach their defenses here. And I will probably leave. Don't I have 4 divisions attacking here? I should be having 4 divisions. That's where is this one? I should have 4 here. Where's the 40? Where's the 41st? 41th? How do you pronounce that even? Where are these guys? Oh, they're here. Okay, join the attack and see if we can push through. There we go. Okay. The Queen government declared war on the Shangji clique. So more wars in Asia. Let's have a quick peek at Asia. How is Asia going, actually? How are the Germans going? German-East Asia does not look good. I think there's been a major breakthrough here because they had to Are we at war with Siam? Okay, what's going on here? That looks almost like we're at war with the Kingdom of Siam. And have I not noticed that? Maybe let's see what's going on there. That would be the Indochina War. It's Indochina versus everybody. Oh, we are apparently at war with Siam. So the German-East Asia has diverted some troops to and is now actually fighting the Kingdom of Siam. So there's fighting going on in the south here as well. Unfortunately, I think I still can't actually, I can't send volunteers because I would have to join the war, but I can't join the war. So I'm not sure how much good my divisions here are going to do. But German-East Asia is now fighting both Indochina and the Kingdom of Siam. So if they can't get their divisions off the ground here, in German-East Asia, in Borneo, then this might go sideways. But there's really not an awful lot I can do. So I don't have a stockpile of anything I can actually even send them, because I am very short on pretty much everything myself. In India, it looks like the commune is... I think they were doing worse already at some point. So... we'll have to see how that evolves, and yeah, let's focus on Italy and let's focus on Europe. Try to get Italy sorted. That would be great, and then if we get Italy on our side and here as well, and then we'll see how Austria-Hungary is operating. Then at least we have some form of a central block here. India starts worrying me a little bit. Who would we support here? We've got the Dominion of India, which is the Social Democrats, part of the old. They don't like us particularly. We've got the Princely Federation. They don't like us particularly either. So, well, do I want to send more volunteers to India? I am running out of. I mean, we have vested interest in Ceylon, so that might actually not be a terrible thing to do, because we are actually occupying positions in the princely federations. I think we may have to send some divisions over. So let's take the recently returned. No, let's take some other divisions that don't really have haven't done anything other than sit on the front lines. And this will be the, we call it the South India Expeditionary Force. I'll send some infantry divisions over. And who can we send? Who do we have? We have somebody who's actually reasonably good on the defense, because I'm not planning to do many offensive operations there. He's an engineer and a fortress buster. That could come in handy. A hill fighter. That could be pretty useful as well, but he's not very good at anything else. Yeah, I don't think I have an actual infantry officer left here. So, skilled staffer and a career officer. Well, we sent von Witzleben. Let's send him. And let's see if we can actually send volunteers. The South India Expeditionary Force. 4 divisions, yes, because they just returned. So send those. And we should have... do we have an air wing anywhere? We might actually be getting aerial superiority over Bulgaria. We do have the Küstenfliegergruppe, but that's naval. And I don't think I have enough planes to create another one. We have a couple of interwar biplanes. We've got 18 Heinkel, actually 25 Heinkels. So can we actually get these 2 into an air group? Then that can fill up. I'm not going to start... Oh, because these are slightly different. That is very unfortunate. I might have to... can I refit? Yes, I can actually... no, I don't want to convert these. Where are the Heinkels? Here, the Heinkels. Okay, I need to disband that. So what happened was that I actually upgraded these. So the older Heinkels are older models. So we're going to have to delete that. That one, and then we should be able to refit from stockpile, theoretically. Okay, Princely Federation has accepted. We should be able to convert from stockpile. Don't we have older Heinkels in stockpile? 25 of them. We should be able to use these, but it doesn't seem to be the case. It's because they don't have, the older ones didn't have the older ones did not have the military industrial complex. What's it called? The MIO assigned to them. Talking about which, Focke-Wulf has gotten an upgrade. Okay, we've got a trade point for Focke-Wulf. Focke-Wulf is probably what we're using for the BF-109s, if I have to check. So let's have a quick look at our production. BF-109s. We actually, no, that's the BF-10s. Yeah, Focke-Wulf, but I think the actual BF-109 model that we're building does not have, yeah, because we're just starting to get some. So we're definitely going to be assigning Focke-Wulf here for the BF-109As. And is there anything else we can do? Nothing we can upgrade, so save that. And then we will change the, actually, I should have probably done this the other way around. Yeah, that was silly. I should have upgraded this first and then changed the design, because then we would have actually gotten the upgrade. Yep, mistakes were made. We'll pick it up next time, but so right now it is going to give us plus 10% agility. This is production output agility versus air defense and speed. Max speed, air defense and agility, and that is air attack. I'm going to go with air attack. So, yeah, I don't want to spend another 5 just to upgrade that. We'll pick it up next time, the upgrade. So, that means, yeah, I really should have done this the other way around. But that means we have to change that to the BF-109A model, which happens without cost. And yes, we can't do the latest design upgrade. Or we could, but it'll be a bit of a waste. Okay, now we have the stockpile. It took a minute to get in there. So let's convert these from stockpile, from the 18 that we have, and turn these into the more modern ones. We can do this potentially with the BF-109s as well, once we get the older ones phased out and coming into stockpile. Okay, that complexity out of the side, and slight mistakes were made. Was there anything I need to do here right now? Just keeping an eye on the British, still 40 points ahead, and we're 43 days from that, so I don't need to spend anything on that right now. There are a couple of a free civilian factory and a free military factory, and 12 in Eastern Rhineland. I don't want to spend political power right now because I really do want to get off the early mobilization into partial mobilization. The problem is we're running the Bavarian crisis, so I'm not sure how quickly I will get political power, but we'll do it like that. We don't really need to steal right now. We are breaking through here by the looks of it, but I am somewhat more concerned about the American situation. Okay, we've managed to hold. I'm holding Charlotte because it is an essential position. So we're just holding off the force attack here, and then these two divisions and this division will try another assault into the area of North Carolina. Try to cut off these divisions, destroy them, and keep going on our policy of destruction. And Insul India declared war on the Dutch East Indies. Do they have a civil war breaking out now? Which one is? Oh yeah, they have. So the Dutch East Indies are going for independence. That is one of the major rubber and oil positions. But yeah, German East Asia concerns me. Hopefully they can take down Siam pretty quickly and then finish off the insurrection in the south here. And unfortunately, again, there's not an awful lot I can do right now. All right, Bulgaria. Have we finally managed to destroy these? No. They have reinforced here slightly. But I think if we can maybe start a push already while these divisions here, they're almost done. They're almost done breaking this position. And I think Serbia has been cracked at this point. Yep. Okay, so they were destroyed. In that case, immediately send them to join the attack here, and we'll improve our positions in Serbia and try to push them towards capitulation as quickly as we possibly can. We get Bulgarian troops joining in as well. How about Sicily doing? Sicily is doing all right. Do I have an air wing anywhere? In fact, where am I? Okay, let me have a quick look because we should have a couple of Yakashvadas. We've got one in Florida, we've got one in Mississippi. Why do we have two over here? I don't think I can deploy two even. Yeah, I can't deploy two. So, yeah, that's two. I can only deploy one. So we'll send this one over to Rome, and you will fight for aerial superiority in Italy. How are we doing in the U.S. in terms of aerial superiority? We still don't have Raleigh, so we can't really do anything here, and we're not doing too great against what are we fighting? The British and the French mostly, by the looks of it. Yeah. So our Bf-109s are we're mostly fighting with biplanes. That's why. So we've only got a few Bf-109s. We're still mostly fighting with biplanes. That's why we're taking the losses here. The Bf-109s should be doing just fine. All right. So we've sent these over. Bulgaria is ongoing, and we just have to keep an eye on the situation here once these assaults. Yes, but my divisions, are they still force attacking? They're still force attacking. My divisions are holding, but they are going to have to rest and recover before they can launch a counterattack, unfortunately. So yes, the Insulindian National Revolution. And that revolt is actually led by Sukarno, who would have become the first president of Indonesia. So good luck to him, and he would later be overthrown by the West because he was more independent than he should have been. I don't know if this affects German East Asia. Let's have a quick look at the which one is it now? Not even here. Another blow to world tension increased by 1. This is not something that's good because Eventually the world tension will rise high enough. I think that things will get kicked off with the French, but from what I've heard. But Indonesia is going for independence. German East Asia is fighting both Siam and the local insurrection, and and India is troubled here. Where is my? Okay, my 4 Indian volunteers are still on the way, but how is it looking on the front lines? I'm gonna probably just deploy them for defensive purposes. We'll see where we can. There might be some good positions here to hold, just to make sure nobody breaks through, and that's probably all we're going to be doing there. Meanwhile, we are making the break here. Just going to keep an eye on the Black Monday crisis, that I don't miss that. And this hasn't changed. 27 days. Okay, we're still good. So we're breaking through here, and slowly. And there is a counterattack from the north by the French troops, but that's about it. Okay, we have deported the ringleaders to France. So syndicalists out, back here. That gives us, what did that give us? 10% stability, 1 world tension. Yep, it is what it is. But now we definitely need to focus on the preparedness, because as you can see, the Second Weltkrieg is inevitable. And we can't do any here because the Bavarian nullification crisis is going on. So this whole focus tree is now locked. Well, that's unfortunate. Prepared, because I think there were a couple of that's kind of where I was actually planning to go. So a couple of focuses here for the preparedness. Well, I guess we're gonna have to head over here then, because there's not an awful lot else we can do. This is okay. Let's see. So we need to go either here. That would require us to go maneuver warfare plus 10% breakthrough, and then we could go here. That's more prepared. We get an attack bonus against the Russians and 5% recovery rate, or we could get a breakthrough against the French. So that'd be useful. Or we go down this way. This gives us Fritz Thyssen for construction speed, but available, and I won't have the political power to get him actually in. So there's not an awful lot there. This gives us some railway. This gives us four free military factories. That's nothing to sneeze at. This is interesting because this gives us 10% soft attack, 5% speed for self-propelled artillery. So that's a flat-out bonus, and we also got the air doctrine stuff to happen here. This, I think, the front is going down the which one is this? This is strategic bombing, isn't it? Oh, this gives us a free commander of a free Air Force commander. That would actually be nice. A chief of Air Force, if I understand this correctly. So we would get Robert Knaus, commander of the Luftstreitkräfte, and Pushos Wissen. So this is strategic bombing, which is not something I'm particularly fond of. This would be von Richthofen. It'll reduce the front. Military. I haven't even done their stuff yet. So maybe this is something. None of this is for the preparedness. So we might have to just go through here and grab a couple of, because these are both preparedness and they give us factories. I think the Industriewerke network is, and this is a research bonus. That's also not bad, but this isn't for preparedness, so it doesn't help us. There are still a couple of things in terms of stability in here. We are at 46% now. This is one that I really wanted, actually. 5% consumer goods factory, 10% factory output, 10% production efficiency growth, 10% base stability. I really want that. Can we delay the preparedness? It's hugely dangerous. I know that we will probably get massive debuffs from this whole thing, but and I don't know if this will go away. if the Black Monday game ends, because this is something I really want to have. So I'm going to risk it. I'm going to do this one, and then we will focus exclusively on preparedness things, especially that we can't do von Schleicher's path at the moment anyway, because this is all locked due to the nullification crisis. So he can't do anything. So let's get this done. 10% stability, 10% factory output, minus 5% consumer goods. This is one that helps more in the snowball sort of thing. So we'll do this one. It's 28 days. It's a quick one. Reward loyal trade unions. Querverbindung on the march here. And okay, so let's get that done. And do we have the second air wing in already? Not yet, but we should have it relatively soon. And then hopefully we can dominate the air here. Here we're just desperately holding at this point. And we are making progress in Serbia. Okay, we're pushing them, and I think this would be 2 victory points. Let's have a quick look at the Serbian-Bulgarian war. How far is Serbia? Yeah, I think we might have to take a little bit more, but they're holding. They moved their capital to Pristina. So once we expand here, and I think we've almost got it, then I'm going to send this division here and then support this. The other division to take Kraljevo, and then I think we are done. And the Grand Duchy of Baden is next. So I think this is a good. I think I'm going to cliffhanger that because it just matches nice with the timing. So we will we'll see next episode what we're going to do about Baden. And how many is this? 3 Bundesratsvotes. Okay. And things are progressing. We are definitely, the stalemate has been broken in Bulgaria here from some Bulgarian pushes in the north. I am not too confident that the union is holding. I think the American Union is collapsing at this point here. They're breaking through everywhere, and I might have to. They're pushing south. They're pushing out of Charlotte already. So I'm actually just going to try and retaking this position is never going to work. I think they are just too much. They're just overwhelmed here at this point. I think the union is getting overwhelmed, and the syndicalists, we've done as much damage as we could here to the syndicalists, but it's just not enough. So we might have to leave the Americans at some point to their own devices. It looks like MacArthur is getting squeezed. So it could come to a showdown between the Pacific states and between the combined syndicates of America. We will see. We'll see how this goes and how much damage we can do to them. But I don't have much hopes. This breakthrough here in the middle, there's nothing left anymore that they can use to hold it, because they're also getting pushed on the other side. MacArthur's troops are almost at Baton Rouge and New Orleans. The syndicalists are, I think, somewhat making progress here against MacArthur, but we will see. If as long as it's not the syndicalists coming out on top, we'll do as much damage as we can, and then I think we'll have to focus on our European positions. But getting Italy under our wing would be good. We will try to help. India to not collapse here against the syndicalists as much as we can. And I hope that Germany East Asia can win this war here in Siam. And it looks like Siam does not have... What do we know about Siam? We do not know an awful lot. They do have divisions, but we don't know how many at all. Last thing I check, actually, where are my operatives? We have... with 20 days to infiltrate the Russian civilian administration. I should know a little bit more about them. Might try to steal some blueprints from them. And yes, we have a relatively good idea about what the syndicalists are up to. But not something we can do an awful lot about. Anyway, that's it for me today. Thanks everybody, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.